Welcome into the Ringerverse. This is, of course, the Ringer's Nexus podcast feed for all things fandom. We are Jomi, the explainer, Adeniran. You've got questions. He's got answers. Steve, the architect, Ahlman, the builder and tinker of things. You look like you're building and tinkering right now. What are you doing?
I'm setting up, making sure the soundboard's all set.
Well, that's what the fuck I'm talking about, Steve.
Yeah.
Get to it. Whoa! Old man Van, he is the receding resurgent. Hairline, Coke, Baby, Chuck, the 24-karat closer, a.k.a. the brunch hottie. We have the Midnight Collective in here today. We're missing one. We're down one. Aleya, are you doing two jobs?
Sure, why not?
Maybe. Aleya, O'Brien, Zenieris, you saw Caddo Lake.
I did see Cattle Lake.
Well, review. Midnight Meter, go.
It was really fun. Oh, Midnight Meter. I would say like at least an 8. Like it was
solid.
It was
All
really
right,
good.
that's solid.
All right, Dylan.
Yeah, I
Dylan
honestly
cooking out
didn't
here.
see a lot of the twists coming. I think this is a perfect role for Dylan. Like honestly, I'm not even saying this as a fan, but like he just, it's like anytime you let him sit and cook, it works. He like loves to just embody a role, and they gave him a role. I was really hesitant about the Southern accent, but I think he did a pretty good job.
I'll say something right now. You know what you're going to be? You're going to be our Dylan O'Brien expert. Whenever he has a movie out.
Dylan O'Brien correspondent.
Dylan O'Brien correspondent. Whenever he has a movie out.
Do I get like a pay raise with
whenever
that?
he's doing something
Any
like that, okay, well,
happenings?
you're fired.
Oh, okay.
That was see, that's how I know you don't really love him.
All right.
It was you need it was for the money. Kids are so.
It wasn't for the money, but okay.
And Kermah,
money, Spider-Man.
chocolate bar.
Not anymore.
The black
Chocolate
one.
bar?
The
Really?
black one. The black one.
Yeah.
The black one. Kerm, the black one. Jonathan, the black one. Kermah. We are the Midnight Boys. Kerm, get to it now.
Wow. So I was supposed to see Venom 3 last night, but change of plans.
Okay.
I watched a legendary performance, and all I gotta say is y'all niggas need to put respect on my brother Jomi's name. That milk merchant shit, it's for the birds. It's
Wow.
over with.
Really?
We're doing this.
Yeah.
We're doing this.
Tell me what happened. You came back to the black?
Oh, whoa.
That's crazy.
What?
That's crazy.
I'm asking. What happened?
Hey, man. First of all,
Is somebody gonna tell us what happened?
yeah,
Here's-
let me
I
know.
got you. So, Ringer is, again, we talked about it yesterday. We're here for Core Week. So, it's the last night. Everybody's in town. We're like, let's go to a bar. Let's like just have a great time. You know what I'm saying? This is the last time we're all going to be in the same place for a while. Let's go full send. Let's have us a good time.
And then big baller Jomi, he decides he calls a play. He says we need like 50 shots for everybody.
It's more like
50.
16.
Like record
Isaiah
levels,
made it 50, but yeah.
record levels of shots for
I was
everybody.
literally in the Uber on my way, and then I went, nah, I gotta go home.
That's fair.
You missed
He
out.
sold it.
Yeah.
He sold
You missed
it.
out.
Yeah.
And so I'm buying like a bunch of shots for a bunch of people. And then this group of girls come through and they're like, oh, Jomi from the Midnight Boys. I'm like,
Sister.
"Hey."
Ooh.
Yep.
Sisters,
Mhm.
right? I was like, and then I wouldn't even, this is how I know wasn't even thinking. I was like, what y'all drinking? Let's get everybody something. We take the shot, we all get drinks. And I was just like, you know, it was nice to meet you guys. We're out with the people. We talk to the people. Shout out to Sirit, Sohi, Aleya, and Victoria. They were like, Jomi, you gotta go back. You gotta talk to him. What are you doing? I was like, I'm here with my people. I'm trying to enjoy my people. They're
Fuck
like,
yeah. Joe,
they're
what
like,
the
be
fuck
serious.
is this?
He's just-
He doesn't
All
know
right,
what to do.
Kermah actually put some flavor on this story.
No, that's what happened. That's what happened.
Yeah, that's what
We're
happened.
getting to it. We're getting to
So I
it.
So
turned
you
around.
fumbled?
No. Listen, we still got, there's layers.
So I was like, bet, you know what? You guys are right. Let me go talk to him. And then
It's three.
This
It's
guy.
3-on-1.
this guy, you got to tell the rest of the story. You're the Magic Johnson of wingmen right here.
So I get, I see Jomi. Jomi, we make eye contact. He calls me over. First and foremost, I got a girlfriend. So I'm here in support for my guy, Jomi.
Yeah.
And it
Very
becomes a 2-on-2. Some random guy, I don't know who the other guy was, he came and created a little more separation. So it's now 2v2. Clearly, things are heating up between Jomi and old girl. We don't do names on here.
No.
Nigga,
Talking
you
about
definitely do names, but go ahead.
I don't. I don't do names.
I
talking
don't know
ab-
your name till day
talking
three.
about shelves and helping out with furniture. And Jomi admits that he does the cooking, he does the cleaning. He's all there ready for the support.
Hell yeah.
He's
And
locked in.
it gets to the point where me and old girl's friend, we're like, it's getting kind of hot. It's like 90 degrees right now. We need to go get some water. And I come back, and apparently Jomi has something going on. It might be a date. I don't know. I'll leave it there.
Oh, that's the fuck I'm talking about, Jones.
Let's
Give it up for Jomi right now. See, this was gonna happen when you came back to the sisters. The rocket was gonna take off. All of the, you know what I mean?
Nothing but trajectory
The
now.
rocket was gonna take off
Back
when you
in
came
black,
back to the
baby.
sisters.
Jesus
How
Christ.
how black is she?
That's a crazy question, Van.
I'm asking.
She black. End
Like
of story.
black.
She Kamala Harris or
Yeah. Wow.
Kelly Rowland?
Don't answer that.
We're not going to answer that.
Don't
That's
do
my
that.
type of shit right there. Well, that's my type of
This
shit
is,
right there.
that
this is
question.
how we lose all black women that listen to the show. What are we talking?
We
Is she
love them. We
Kamala
love them.
Harris?
We love all black women.
What
We
we
love
doing?
black women.
But if she light skinned, then we can
Kamala.
be
Is she light skinned?
So let's talk about Venom 3.
Whatever. All right, follow us on socials. Insta, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok for now. Save Jomi's job. We don't need to come to him. We know how he's doing. He's fucking flying above the clouds right now. We're now on YouTube. You can watch every Midnight Boys House of R Talk to Thrones episode on youtube.com/@Ringiverse. Like, comment, and subscribe. Program reminders! Later today on House of R, they'll have their deep dive for Agatha.
Yeah.
You're looking forward to that? Did you produce that?
Mhm. Yeah, me and John.
So you're looking forward to that because you really loved that episode.
They went very much in depth on the tarot lore that was going on the storytelling that was involved. Was
What's
really
the
good
runtime?
episode. Like 220?
220.
sure.
Okay,
That's
so
pretty sure.
brisk for them.
Brisk, yeah.
Brisk.
They zipped along.
Also next week we'll have Button Mash, more Midnight Boys, Ringiverse recommends, and Midvember will soon be upon us.
Midvember.
I cannot fucking wait for Midvember. I
Neither can
cannot
we.
fucking wait.
We're excited.
You guys are super
excited.
into it. So it's Arcane and what else?
Star Trek Lower Decks, man. I watched the first episode last night.
Gasoline.
Special.
Right. Also during Midvember we need updates on you and the girl's relationship.
We will be getting to that. We
Yeah.
will.
The girl, like the teen.
Yeah.
I think we are underestimating here. I think everyone needs to know that this whole thing was the center of the Ringers' whereabouts last night. Like the way that
the entire Ringer
literally
was talking
like
about this.
50 people, we were all watching and getting information from each other about what was going on here.
With Jomi,
It was,
That's great.
it was far more legendary than I think.
Okay.
we
Oh,
are
no,
making
no,
it
okay.
seem.
Hold on for a second, guys.
It's because I was
Can I
in
say
it. It's
something
hard
real
to tell
quick?
when I'm in it.
Can
you
I
know?
say something real quick? I get that, but let's not treat Jomi like a Make-A-Wish kid. You know what I mean? Yo, like,
You're so proud of him.
Yeah, I get that, but like, you know what I mean?
Sorry.
You know,
Respectfully, if you would have seen the 3-on-1 in the beginning, everyone was
I
like,
got you.
what's going on
I see
here?
you. I see you.
And I would like to say, as much as you shouted out everyone, Kerm and I did lift in here. I hyped you up to go
was a
out
little-
there, and Kerm followed through. So
I was a
you
little
owe some
disappointed.
respect.
Why did you need people to like push you back? Like the women were coming to you.
Hey,
Why
don't do
like
that. Don't do that. Don't do that. He got the win. A win is a win. We're not
Nah,
gonna
okay.
do
That
that.
is true.
This
That
is
is
the
true.
D-Wade LeBron pick.
all right?
I'm talking about like we take the wins where we can get them. Today's show, speaking of wins, today's show,
Speaking of wins.
we're giving our instant reactions to Venom: The Last Dance, and this is gonna be a doozy, a daisy, a fugazi, a fugazi, a woozy, a
Fugazi, woo- woo- woo-
What is it? What is that? It's a woo.
Fairy dust.
It's fairy dust. It's whatever. But we're gonna do a spoiler warning for Venom and all of Marvel. I don't know how much.
We can spoil.
Oh, we can spoil a lot.
I don't know how much we can
spoil a lot.
spoil. And to begin our reactions, before we get into that, we gotta do the spoiler warning. The reason why I say that is because it's really nothing to talk about. Like,
Yo,
there
Something
is,
to talk about.
but like, it's not gonna be like a lot of deep spoilers and stuff. It's a pretty
Sure.
self-contained story. Is what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
yeah.
Okay, so give me the spoiler warning.
All right.
We're getting ready to talk about Venom. You're listening to a reaction podcast. The spoilers are coming. Reactions. Somebody who I'm sure is very honored to do the Midnight Manifest on this right now. He was fucking going crazy in this movie.
I love this movie.
Like, to begin our reactions, Chuck is going to bring you the Midnight Manifest. Chuck, take it away.
All right, this is the Midnight Manifest or Venom: The Last Dance, directed by Kelly Marcel, written by Tom Hardy and Marcel. All right, so Eddie and Venom are on the run after the events of Venom Let There Be Carnage. So they set out toward New York City so Venom can see the Statue of Liberty and they can clear their name. Meanwhile, No, who is a demonic force imprisoned by the symbiotes on a faraway planet, senses that Eddie and Venom have a codex. Now you're like, what is a codex? Well, it's a key that will free No that was made because Eddie was killed in the first movie and then resurrected by Venom. No sends his space dogs to chase Eddie all across this great nation, while Eddie is running from the Space Dogs and Dancing with Mrs. Chen in Vegas, Commander Rex Strickland and Dr. Teddy Payne are studying symbiotes at Area 51. The movie ends with all the scientists from Area 51 using the symbiotes to attack Null's Space Dogs, and then Venom ends up sacrificing himself in a vat of acid to defeat the Space Dogs and also stop Null from being freed. I will tell you that was the hardest Midnight Manifest I've ever read.
That was one of the most in-depth manifests you've done in a minute.
But it was that was true to how the movie came off, right?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, well, I can tell there's going to be some tension in this episode right here. Jomi has a very, 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 very visceral reaction. So he had a very visceral reaction to Venom: The Last Dance.
Oh, so here's the thing, right? There's a part of the movie where Eddie is in a van surrounded by a family, and he's like, "Why? Why is this happening?
Why am I here?"
That's why I felt watching this movie. Why? Why is any of this happening?
Y'all fake.
It was look, and we talked about this. This is the indictment of the movie. It is a tight 90 minutes.
Yes, it is.
Oh, this was cut to shreds.
A half star just for that alone.
It is.
I respect that.
It is in and out, right? Very, sorry, very quick turnaround.
But can I tell y'all something? Jomi's playing hurt today.
Yeah, no, this is.
I can tell.
He left it all on the court.
Jomi left it all.
That's how you know how good his
last night. Jomi's playing her. Jomi got
That's
the
why he got the
sunglasses
glasses on. You don't
Yeah.
want us to see, bro.
Like Jomi playing her today, man.
Comfortable
Jomi
Lakers.
really went out on his shield last
40
night.
points, 15 boards,
The
7
whole
assists.
nine.
It's that tired
AD
Jimmy
opening
Butler.
game
The
situation.
entire the
Bruh.
lights were bright and the whole ringer staff was looking, bro.
Man, take your time, brother.
It's fine.
You got
fine.
it, my man. Take your time.
So the movie is 90 minutes tight. You get literally started at 7. We're out by 8:30. Right? You could cut 30 minutes out of this movie, and it'll still be fine. Like,
I guess
that's how crazy it is, right? It's just a lot of the stuff didn't make any sense. Like I was watching the final act, and I was like, "Oh, this is it. The movie's
yeah, it's
over."
ending.
I was waiting for the movie to start. When we got to the third act, I'm like, okay, like when do they get to New York? When's
That's
the movie
what I
happening?
was saying.
When does
I
Null
was like, oh,
happen?
this is the end.
I was like, "Oh, this is the end." Oh no! Like, it was just so many things didn't make sense. So many things were honestly kind of useless to the point where I'm sitting there. Why is any of this happening? Why is Venom and Mrs. Chen having a 2-minute dance scene? What's
That's
going on?
love that shit,
I
bro.
love
that.
But that's the Venom.
That's the
movie,
vibe.
so
I love that.
That's
bro.
what they do.
Yeah, but like
They take Venom, who's this big, scary symbiote demon alien, and they put him in funny situations.
make him a
It's
goofball.
funny to watch. They goof around. That's what the movie is.
movie didn't peak until the montage.
So I'll tell you this.
No.
This is what I'll say.
Best part of the movie.
For me, this is a classic. I'm not gonna lie, that had me in the first half movie
Sure.
because there was a point at this film where I was like, "What the fuck was going on?" And then it picked up, and by the end, it got me. I'm gonna be honest with you.
When
Okay,
the
I
Maroon
gotta-
5 song started
Yeah,
playing,
but
and they were doing the flashback.
The montage was, but
I
that's
was
like that was
middle
This
of
means something to me.
Middle of the second act, I'm like, the movie fully takes control of itself, and I had a lot of fun
Stop.
time in Venom.
Stop.
I did. I swear to God. I'm sorry.
Whoa,
guys.
let's be clear. This is a terrible movie.
Yeah.
Bordering on, I don't even know if we can call this a movie. I had a good time, though.
Okay.
Like, it was a good time.
I want to actually break this down because we've all seen all 3 of these movies.
yes.
And I can't say that this is better than the prior 2 or I had more fun. It still, to me, doesn't work, but it's been consistent with the product that's come out pretty much every single time. That this trilogy is creatively consistent.
It's
I would say
begging you to not take it seriously.
I know, and
it's asking so hard. It's like the movie is taking itself so seriously
right.
that it's asking you not to take it seriously. Tom Hardy is on there, one of the finest actors in the world, and he's doing and he's playing it so earnestly that the movie's like, we're winking at you. We're winking at you. So many things in the movie are telegraphed to such a distinct degree. The Christmas lady.
The Christmas
Oh my
shoddy.
God.
It was I'm like, she about to be the green
Oh
scene.
my
Yeah,
God.
the Christmas lady, Juno Temple's character and the backstory that we never needed or asked for.
never
Not even a little
needed.
bit.
So I was like, is she the villain of the movie?
Why we doing
why,
this?
why
What
is
is
she
it
here? And then at the end where she becomes a super speedster Venom, I was like, all right, man, this movie
We don't need
bullshit.
to.
Chiwetel in the movie as a morally murky general that's in control of Area 51, but not really in this film in like a completely different movie.
Right.
You see him and you think, oh, something really important is going to happen with this character, but then it just never kind of does.
Let's also speak about Null is in this movie.
Oh my God.
For like 5 seconds.
Billed as like the main threat.
Doesn't even
Like,
leave the soundstage.
But looks like shit.
But it's
never.
it's so
there's no
fun.
soundstage, nigga. That's animation.
That's all
Some
CGI.
kid at
That's
Burbank
all.
was drawing that.
Yeah.
Like it's like it's like he.
It looked good in the post credit sequence, but it was.
Did I think Noel was a scary, formidable
Sure,
villain?
yeah.
Sure, yeah, but
He just sat there
No.
and just yelled.
He
and
just
stuff.
sat there. What do you mean?
But that's the thing. At every single turn, where if this were an MCU movie, clearly Null is the final boss fight at the end of this movie, but it's not.
But that's what I'm saying.
And
I'm
it's-
like, when does No show up?
He
Oh,
doesn't.
He doesn't.
He doesn't.
He doesn't.
well, he's not. This is the Avengers version. This is the Avengers Thanos debut. To
I
where
guess.
he sends everybody.
Nah, bro.
How
But
not?
okay, but the way
It
it was,
is.
at least I don't know how it was marketed to you guys. But everybody was like, "Yo, No's in the movie, man. No's the bad guy. He's the super." It'd be like going and watching Avengers: Infinity War and Thanos never
Nah,
leave
it's
the
not,
chair.
it's not. They didn't do it like that.
They absolutely did.
No, they tell
Can
you.
I just be real?
This is the beginning of Noel's story.
Jomi, you sound like Jadakiss. It's distracting
Yeah.
me so much.
I'm telling you.
Jadakiss is crazy.
I love it though.
I love it.
I love it though.
Time, drink some tea, bro.
Jadakiss is crazy.
Yeah, I love it though. Like I definitely made the right decision going home last night because
absolutely.
I definitely made the right decision. But I'm happy that you broke out of your shell a little bit, bro.
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
I'm glad that you did, man. Now we got to have up to the minute stats. We
But
gonna
to
put the Jomi
be
ticker.
careful, Jomi, because
Uh-huh.
it is holiday season, so they apply
Right.
pressure.
Wait a
so-
minute, hold on for a second.
So
wait a second.
be careful.
Mhm.
Yeah, first of all, you're absolutely right. By the way,
They're applying pressure.
she's looking around. She's like, it's about to get a
We need to
little
close the
nippy
year out.
outside. I
Mhm.
need a fucking teddy bear. Oh my god!
And she knows you from the Midnight Boys, so she know you be kissing
yeah,
the shawty's on the forehead, making
Uh-huh.
picnic baskets.
Yeah.
She's like-
Here's the thing, don't bring her to Thanksgiving. All right? Like
Mhm.
wait till Christmas.
She's like, where's my Yoruba bear?
Oh my god.
Like, where's my Yoruba bear?
Oh my god.
Oh, she probably got you saved in her. Never mind. But we have to. Speaking of situations that happened, we have to talk about something
No.
that happened at the beginning of the
Oh my god.
Venom
No.
screening. So we're all together at the finish.
It's like the whole Ringerverse crew.
Right.
Let's list.
It was everybody. It was us.
Because I want to know.
us,
I want
House
to
of
know.
R.
I have to know your
My
thought process here.
Yeah.
So we're all to Jomi. Set the scene. Who's everybody? Who's all there?
Midnight Boys, House of R, Ben Lindbergh for Button Mash. You had Miles and DC.
Arjuna.
Arjuna and his wife.
Yeah.
Yes.
Aleya, Brian,
Aleya was
Zenieris
there.
is
We were like
there.
12 people deep.
Kerm didn't show up because for whatever reason. And who was the last person who pulled up?
The last one to show up was Sean Fennessy.
So the last person to show up was Sean Fennessy. Sean Fennessy, who we all adore. Nice guy. Cool.
Fantastic.
Sean walks up and says, hey, what's up with Sean? Steve starts clapping.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When
come
Sean
on, man.
arrived,
Come on,
which
man.
which
Come on,
enraged both me and Mallory for some reason. Like, I was like, I'm looking at Steve. Steve's like,
No, you guys got to be like. I saw Vance's face. Like he's like, the fuck. I was like,
clapping. And then Mallory goes, I'm like, are you clapping? And Mallory goes, yeah, for Sean. Steve, what the fuck? Like, why did you clap for Sean to arrive?
I think it'll come to no surprise that I can be actually incredibly awkward sometimes. And when we encourage the last person that comes into a screening, like as somebody who's often been late or the last person to show up, and everybody's like, oh, yeah. I just instinctively did that.
So here's the thing: if I'm shooting
wasn't
Steve any bail, I was like, maybe he's doing a just kind of like, oh, nice for you to show up.
That's
Sean.
more or less what that was.
Were you?
That's worse.
It wasn't either. It was neither like derisive nor encouraging. It was just more of like, hey, he showed up. He's here.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. This is what we're gonna have to do. Because we've had a lot of different midnight things that we've gone on. We haven't gone back to transgressions and stuff. But we are going to have to call each other out because we all do it. Like when we glaze. And so we're gonna have to do
This is the Krispy Kreme Award.
Krispy Kreme Award is nuts. Hey, yo. Krispy Kreme Award is crazy. Krispy Kreme Award is OD, bro. What are you on?
Dog, yeah. Steve, you get the first honorary Krispy Kreme Award, bro.
Oh my God. The inaugural Krispy Kreme Award. Go to sleep, Steve. And look, we all gotta be able to call each other out when we Krispy Kreme.
Yeah.
When we Krispy Kreme,
You gotta
we
be
all
on
gotta
that. Yeah.
When I said last episode that all I do is set myself up to fail socially,
Yo.
Hold on, my stomach.
Yo.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I only set myself up to fail socially
Wait a minute,
when I say
bro.
that.
Oh shit. Hold on for a second.
Yo.
Hold on for a second, man.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh shit. All right. Jesus.
We love you, Steve. Here's the thing.
Sometimes it's hard
Hey,
to tell.
everybody has glaze. I glazed the Matrix.
You did. You did.
Why is that kidding me? Why is that hitting me like that this morning? Oh shit.
That's how you know Venom really was the shit. Because
Oh
we ain't
my
talking none
God.
about this movie.
Okay. So where were we? All right. Let's go to things that in the movie were kind of stupid.
Wait, do we want
How
to
much
do
time do we have?
stupid or do we want to do, because it's going to be a very short list. Is there anything about Venom, The Last Dance that works?
For me, I gotta be honest with you. I'll be super real. When Venom died, I was really fucking sad.
I was fucked up. I was
what worked in the movie more than anything is the relationship to me between Venom and Eddie.
Well, that's the through line through all the movies, right?
So-
That's like the best part of all three movies.
Yeah.
To me, if that works,
Yeah.
then the movie basically works.
So-
But at the end, I was really emotionally invested in like Venom and Eddie splitting apart.
So my question though is, did Noel almost feel like forced into this movie where it felt like Tom Hardy and co wanted to make, this is The Last Dance. This is Venom. This is Eddie kind of having to say goodbye. And then they have to do all this nonsense where I'm like, the movie works when it's like Eddie's in the car and the kid gives him chocolate. And it's just like, I don't know. Why was Noel in this movie?
To start them off for something more.
I guess.
They know that's what they
And
said.
that's-
They got
and
him four. They
I
got
will
a-
leave it
They
up-
got 4 movies or whatever they got with Null to start them off for
Sure.
something more.
They'll and guess what? And I hope that it works out. I hope it does.
My question is this: with the Null thing is Null going on to become the villain? There's no Sony Spider-Man universe really.
Yeah.
I mean, there's Madam Web, and I don't expect that we'll see Madam Web and Morbius again, right?
I
mean,
who's
at
to
this
say?
Sinister Six? Who says no?
And also, my question too is I'm like, are they restarting these? Because Tom Hardy's been very much like, this is my last Venom movie. So I'm like, does the new person playing the new Venom, maybe Agent Venom or whatever, is he gonna be fucking fighting Null? Because that to me is also awkward. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I mean.
I thought they were.
I believe that there was an interview that Tommy Hardy said that he would love to play Venom again, like at any point.
Really?
Well, it's impossible because
It's
Venom's dead.
I mean
so.
that's
No,
more
Venom's
of a,
not
like,
dead.
Venom's not dead.
Of course not.
I thought they were making the Ted Lasso motherfucker at the end. Venom.
I thought he was about to be Venom.
Yeah.
Because him being in the movie
Venom is life.
actually makes no fucking sense.
Right.
Like, there's a lot of stuff that happens in the movie that kind of just happens.
Wait, what was the part you laughed at where it was like the woman walks out, she's the scientist, she walks out, she's just like saying, make sure you say you love your family or whatever, and then it just cuts and
I'm
nothing.
like,
Did you
oh my
speak to your
God.
family
Did you
lately?
speak to your
Yeah,
family
I just-
lately?
And it was just like, what does that
and then
mean?
and then it just goes away. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is happening in the
Yeah.
movie, man? Yeah, and I wonder about whether or not this was the intended cut of the film.
It
Can it be?
couldn't have been.
It could
but
have been.
I think my major frustration, at least because there have been 3 of these, and I think I could speak for all of us by saying that we can take something quite good out of every single one of them. And that's definitely the chemistry between Eddie and Venom.
Yeah, but
you'd think that they would know by now to lean into that to the utmost.
Yeah. Hold on for a second, y'all. Just real quick. Not to cut your wisdom, Steve. DC and Kai in this bitch. I mean, like, hold on for a second. Y'all jump on the mic. Y'all just
Kai?
DC and Kai in this bitch.
Kai, get on you. Like,
hold on, you guys. I want you guys to do me a favor.
Great.
Steve is so intimidated by Kai. It's so weird.
Oh my God, let's not do this.
What? Close up on Steve's face when I mentioned Kai.
Oh,
Steve's my guy.
Remember when we said that Kai was a mixture of Steve and Jomi?
You said that?
Wait, no, Kai, come on.
That was
I
insane.
never said that.
Kai,
You gotta stand
I
right
never
here.
said
You gotta
that.
come
You
stand
gotta
right
know
here.
that was not me who
You
said
gotta
that.
come stand right here, my boy.
That was me?
That was definitely you. That was definitely you.
Yeah, yo,
All right,
we gotta stop on you, Steve. God,
Yeah.
dog, Kai really is the go tanks of y'all.
Bro,
Look
he
at
really
this.
is. He really is the fusion dance. He really is the fusion dance. Bro, this is so weird, bro. He really is the fusion dance between the two of y'all right there. DC, what's up? Real quick, before we go, DC, your thoughts on Venom?
Ooh. It was a Venom movie.
That-
You know,
That's perfect. That's
I
perfect.
enjoyed it.
Grand opening, grand closing.
Steve?
Closing.
No, the fact that they don't seem to learn 3 movies in that the best parts of these movies are clearly Eddie and Venom.
Yeah.
And that they can't seem to lean in to the utmost. Like, if you shaved away this B plot with that scientist, pretty much anything having to do with Chiwetel Ejiofor, and just made this a weird road trip where they're going to Area 51, don't cut away so much to every single other thing that doesn't make sense. This could have been like kind of an incredible movie,
Maybe.
but it wasn't.
Maybe. We haven't talked about it, but
I
Reese.
like that pronunciation.
What?
You got his name. That was the type of shit that I like. That's an
Saying
ally.
Chiwetel Ejiofor right?
Oh,
He did it again.
like you hit
He was
that
up
bitch
all night
twice.
practicing.
Yeah.
No,
He was in
I
the
know.
gym.
Give the man his credit.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people
Don't try.
they don't even
No, don't
Give
try.
him a try.
Don't try. That's right.
Hell yeah.
Let's Steve.
Respect. Reese Evans is in the movie.
Risa Fons.
Sure, whatever. He's in the movie.
Clearly, I'm the one that gets names right.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, there you go.
Reese is for everybody. Otto from House of
Otto
the Dragon.
Hightower.
Otto Hightower is in the movie, and he's just playing a father
Wait,
who is.
that's Otto Hightower?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I actually had to
Wait,
ask Joe.
what?
That's Otto Hightower.
I literally had to ask Joe. I'm like, yo, where do I know him from? And Joe goes, like, she was like a little disappointed. She goes, House of the Dragon. Like, so, like,
He's an amazing act. Because I was just like, I had the same thing. I was like, I know this motherfucker from
Yeah.
somewhere. Damn.
He's a fantastic actor.
he's been in a lot of shit.
Why is he doing this?
I mean, he's having fun.
I
That
had
was my
that question. Like, as soon as I saw, say it.
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Okay, as soon as I saw him, I was like, yo, what is he doing in this movie? Like,
Yeah.
For real.
I was like, what? Why did he? I looked at Joe. I was like, why did he take this role?
I thought he was going to be the big bad. I'm like,
I thought he was going to. I thought Noah was going to inhabit his
yeah.
body.
I was like,
or
oh,
something
yeah.
like that.
Crazy.
I thought no one's gonna inhabit Reese Fons, right? So that's why I'm like, oh, he's gonna be the big bad. I'm not even worried about it. And then he just a dad the whole time.
Because it seems like because his whole thing is just like, I want to see an alien, and have my kids do it because it's been my dream to go to Area 51 and go to the.
I thought they were going to become like the Venom family. Like, I
Yeah.
thought the Venom
Like the
symbiotes.
symbiotes would have inhabited them
I wanted to
That'd
see
be
the little
interesting.
kid as a little. Like,
There's a little Venom. Baby Venom.
instead of like sexy Baja Blast symbiote.
honestly, I would have fucked some of the Venoms. I'm not going to lie.
Oh my god.
all right.
Listen,
we
hey,
gotta- let's go.
hey,
Wait, hold on.
shout out
hold on.
Mrs. Chen. She was
Hold on.
trying to
Hey,
smash
Chris-
Venom.
Shout out to Miss Jen.
Miss Chen was trying to get Venom's dick.
Yes,
Yeah, that was
absolutely.
crazy.
One last
Honestly,
dance before
I
you go.
think Venom already laid it down.
You think Jenny already hit Mrs. Chen?
Miss
Nah,
Jen
she
was
wouldn't have been
talking to
trying
you
that
because
hard.
Eddie was like, when y'all have time to learn that dance? And I was like, damn.
Oh,
Venom blew that back out.
That's real. That's real. So there are a lot of new symbiotes in this because what happens at the end, obviously they all come together. And that was actually fun to me. That was like,
Really?
Oh, Jesus
No.
Christ. No
That
shot.
shit was Power Rangers. I was like, I like
Well, yeah, you guys didn't like
they had the
I like the
Fat
little-
Venom.
I like the
they
little
had Christmas
muscular tan
Venom.
Venom. Yeah,
y'all didn't like
Yeah, Speed
Christmas
Force
had
Venom.
Christmas had all kinds of different like
I like the knife.
stabby.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Mal brought this up at the end of we were talking about it at the end of the movie. In the first movie, they're like, yo, symbiotes in the body. Like, you got to get the right host for the symbiotes, right? If you're not, they're going to kill you, right? It needs to be perfect. It needs to be absolute. And in this one, they just like throwing venom
everywhere.
Everybody getting some venom.
I like that. I like that's old superhero movie type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? When they like, fuck all these rules. Like, just give them.
I think I genuinely thought it was a cool move when Venom like briefly inhabited Christmas just to save him from the bullet and then immediately jumped into him. I'm like, that was cool.
Doesn't make
me better.
Again, like,
it's a
Venom was using a bunch of different things. Venom horse, Venom frog.
Yeah.
I love
That shit
Venom
was
Frog.
tight.
Venom
The
Frog
Venom
was
like
great.
that,
bro.
Venom Frog,
He was
fun.
on. He was the
fun.
fish, and then he was popping out in the. I was like, God, all right. I'll say this. Would you rather have a movie like Joker Folie à Deux that takes itself way too
on,
seriously, or
I
you
would
want
take
Venom the
without
last?
a
I would
doubt,
take
without a doubt.
15 Venom
I'm
the last
taking-
dance.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because the reality is this, man. Like, you can go to Venom, and if you hold on a little bit to filmmaking, you're not gonna have a good
No.
time. But if you, I'm just being
Just
for real.
let go.
Just,
But
yeah, you
if
gotta,
you let go a little bit,
Yeah.
you can be like, it doesn't ask a lot from you.
Yeah.
You can literally go to the bathroom, come back, miss nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't ask a lot from you. It's like whatever. And look, something else. Anybody that went into the movie and comes out and saying that's one of the worst movies I've ever seen, I
No.
get you. I know, I understand when people
Yeah,
can say
sure.
that. But at the same time, I'm sorry, man. The whole movie is based around the fact that there's this big bad force sending something to kill Venom, and Venom has to die, and you have to feel bad about it, and it has to build to there are so many comic book movies that, and we've talked about it here, that in the last act, you just don't feel anything for the character. And I have to give the movie credit for the fact that in the end, you get there with those two guys where you believe in their friendship.
At the end of the movie, I'm like, if I'm not trolling, like the Venom movies are not great. I love them. They're entertaining. But to your point, by the end of the movie, I'm like, oh, I'm going to miss Tom Hardy and Venom. Like, I'm going to miss these two palling around.
Because there's a part of this where like, oh, this might have been one of the few things that Sony, for better or worse, got the most right.
Yeah.
In a long time. Like
the movies or just that relationship?
both. Like they made 3 of them.
List the Sony movies recently that have been better than this.
And let alone got 2 other sequels.
That's tough. Yeah, you're right.
So Tom Hardy's 47 years old.
Yeah.
You could see it.
So he...
You look all of that, Tom Hardy. Jomi said it.
See it.
Damn,
all of that 47.
Man, Jomi get it wet one time, and he come back in here.
All right,
He
man.
come back in here. He come back in here on some real goddamn harsh.
That is
Alpha
crazy. That's how you know Jomi feeling himself. You like, Tom Hardy ugly.
So Tom Hardy he come back in here.
I didn't say it was ugly.
Tom Hardy.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, maybe it's the character of Eddie,
Where he
but
just
like
looks disheveled all the
looks
time.
Disheveled.
But,
And I
but
know
I'm
Tom
telling you,
Hardy
it's
can-
like he's 47 years old,
Yeah.
right? It's not ancient in
No,
terms
I'd
of
be
Hollywood.
very lucky to look
No.
like that at 47.
He like,
No.
nigga, you look 13 years old.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, you like,
Yeah.
you'll be fine, Steve.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, like
I could stand to be aged up a bit.
in your 40s, yeah, you might want to, but like you look like a child, like so, yeah, you'll be fine. You know what? That's interesting too because as a white,
Mhm.
As a white?
yeah, as
I
a
begin many sentences
As
like
a
that.
Caucasian, maybe?
is white wrong?
No, it's
No,
just
it's
like
not.
as a
It's-
white sounds like
It sounds it's kind of
it's
crazy.
a little.
Yeah.
If it
said
seems like as a black.
That's not the same.
True.
Right.
Right.
Just because
So if you were to say it like that symbiote said it,
As
like,
you were,
the black one.
Which
I was like,
crazy.
I was dying, bro.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
laughing.
The black one, they knew what they was doing.
They knew what they was doing.
the hardest B I've ever heard.
Steve!
The heartbeat is crazy, bro.
Dog,
Just to let y'all know, podcast doesn't work without Steve.
it doesn't, bro. Here's the thing. It's been a long core week.
Yeah,
Everybody's like a little injured, beat up. Like,
Steve is a fucking genius.
4 games in 5 nights
I
type
don't give-
beat. Like,
I don't give a fuck what you guys say. It's all right there. Steve is a fucking genius. Steve is one of the best podcasters. He just said something.
this is the most unusual.
It's something and it's like innocuous, but at the same time, there's so much meat on the bone.
nah, I think you guys are correct. I think it didn't hit the same for me because I'm watching this movie. I'm like, this entire thing is dumb. But the crux of it, the emotional part, where Venom is sacrificing himself, and we know that their bond is so special that even though Venom's dying, Eddie's still gonna go to New York to see the Statue of Liberty. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It works.
I was messing with it, but I was like,
and Venom becomes a hero in this movie.
Yeah.
Venom finally becomes someone that saves Innocent, the lethal protector that Venom had set out to be. Venom becomes that lethal protector in this movie.
So my question though is, by the end of this movie, I've started thinking, is this one of the worst superhero movie years in recent memory?
Movies wise,
Just in
yeah.
Yeah.
we had the list. We saw the
Yeah.
So it's been Deadpool and Wolverine,
Madam Web.
Madam Web,
The
Damn,
Hellboy,
Madam Web was this
Joker,
year.
Joker Folly Do,
Hellboy,
The Crow,
Yeah.
right? I think
Let's loosely categorize The Crow as a superhero movie.
Well, it's a comic book movie.
It's a comic movie.
Yeah.
Right? It's been like what the Rotten Tomato scores? Madam Web 11, Deadpool and Wolverine 78, The Crow 30 or 23, Hellboy the Crooked Man 41,
You guys, The Crow's terrible.
Joker 2 32, Venom the Last Dance 37.
Yeah. Yeah. So sure, but like it definitely is.
Have we forgotten how to make these? Because like if you take Joker and you take Venom and you take Deadpool and Wolverine, I think they all kind of have similar problems and they all deal with them in different ways. I think there's just not enough story in any of those movies. And the way Deadpool and Wolverine does it is like, yo, we're going to get someone like Hugh Jackman and we're going to throw in a lot of cameos and we're going to do something very like nostalgic to fix this. Joker just doesn't give a fuck.
Clearly.
But Venom, they're like, it is what it is.
New segment idea.
Okay.
Bail or jail? Are we shooting something bail or are we putting it in jail? And let me tell you why I would be tempted to shoot this year of superhero movies bail.
Okay.
Because of two things. Obviously the strike, right? Obviously the strike probably had something to do with the production of some of these movies, and not just the production of the movies themselves, but about the schedule that we got for some of these movies. 2025 looks to be, and boy, if 2025 fails, is it fucking over?
2025 is the most probably pivotal year we've seen because it's Fantastic Four,
Thunderbolts,
Captain America, Superman, and I'm forgetting a bunch of shit.
There might be some more. Yeah, I can't even think about what's on there. Could somebody look that up for us and see what's on the slate for 2025 in terms of what? So if I was going to shoot some bail, I would say that the dysfunction in the town all of last year, what people were able to do. I mean, at some points, they weren't even able to improv on. People were wondering if improving was actually writing, and that slowed down the production of Deadpool or whatever. Yeah. Bail or jail for 2024 in terms of being a superhero movie. It is superhero year. It is objectively a bad year.
Yeah.
Are you shooting it bail or are you putting the year in jail?
I'm gonna shoot at some bail. I think, to your point, the strikes like kind of messed up a lot in Hollywood. And while I've never really enjoyed any of the Sony movies, this is normal. This is regular decade. We still have Craven left, so we'll see what that looks like. But yeah, the strikes kind of set a tone. And even when we were talking about House of the Dragon and how people are pulling back money and all this stuff, it's just not the same Hollywood we're used to. And so.
I also think it's not just the strike. I think that's probably the most important part. But I think this year was the last year of the old way of doing
totally
these movies.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, I think places like the MCU especially were riding so high that everybody was getting a series. We got Echo, we got Agatha, we got Moon Knight, this and that. And I think now they're like, oh, Disney Plus, that strategy isn't what we thought it would be.
I agree with you. Can I ask you a question though?
Yeah.
Is it the last of the old way or the last of the new way? Are they going back to the old way?
Yeah, you're right. I think they're going back to, I think Marvel, even Star Wars, a lot of these places are like, dog, these TV shows are kind of eroding away at the brand. These are movies.
I agree.
We need to, because I think they honestly, some of these movies have felt like they've forgotten how important the theatrical experience is. When I go to see some of these movies, I'm like, I don't want it to feel like the TV shows.
Yeah.
I want this to feel like something where I can remember where I was in Infinity War or for No Way Home or even like Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'll be honest, and this is probably the strike part of it, this movie felt very, very small.
Yeah.
Where it was like, most of this stuff was like, there weren't a lot of people. It was Venom,
Super
with the
intimate.
family in the desert running. Even when there was like the soldiers hunting down Venom, it was like 5 or 6 motherfuckers. Like, I was just
Literally
like,
six guys.
I didn't see so much as a crowd in this movie.
yeah, like, what? Maybe in Las Vegas? And
I love an Osprey, by the way. I love like a
helicopter.
A helicopter with everybody hanging from it. Whenever they do that,
Yeah, it looked neat.
Yeah, it looked
oh wait,
cool.
what Captain America movie was it? It's my favorite opening when he's jumping out of the fucking
That's
plane.
Winter Soldier.
Dog, I love a fucking
Winter Soldier jumping into the water.
Yeah.
That's right. Because I'm thinking of the
He'll
scene.
get there.
Jomi, the explainer, bro.
I'm thinking of the scene. Hold on. I'm thinking of the scene.
Explain it to himself.
Civil War when he's holding the helicopter.
Oh, he's
off the
bicep
pad,
curling the helicopter.
which
Oh,
is
that's the
insane,
best
by the
Captain
way.
America
It's a
helicopter.
great scene. He can't do that. That's not what Cap do be doing, bro. In real life.
Not in the comics.
Not in the
Steve, what
comics.
you think? Bail or jail?
It's the last possible time to shoot at Bale. Like,
After Craven.
yeah, well, yeah, after Craven. But no, this is the last possible year that I could shoot like the entire like industrial complex of superhero movies Bale. Because if they don't find a way to course correct, I think that the idea that the market needs to shift away from stuff like this and onto whatever it is now, video games, be it more YA book adaptations or something, like it feels like the walls are closing in just a tiny bit so that they can get like 2025 has to put some oxygen in the room.
I think interesting concept. Real quick. Casanova. What replaces the superhero movie if it leaves popular culture as the tentpole action film?
I think easily it's video games now. For
I-
sure.
I-
Video
have to-
game movies
Yes.
or video game period?
Yes, video game movies for sure.
That's what replaces the superhero movie.
You can see, I can easily see that happening. I don't know if it's gonna be like, I don't know what it looks like to have like a sort of umbrella of IP around those things because the interconnectivity of what made the MCU successful was that.
You don't have an intense track record of those movies being
We
successful.
don't, but we have a lot more better ones than we've ever had before, be it The Last
Super
of
Mario.
Us, be it Super Mario. Like the
We're one
waters
away.
are getting tested and it's getting to be a lot more successful.
Sonic.
Sonic is
Sonic,
yes.
You
Like
wanna know
we
weirdly-
got the Minecraft movie coming out next year.
That's gonna be
That
bad, bro.
regardless of how good that's going to be,
It's
that
gonna
will
a
make
million- it's
buku
gonna
money.
make a lot of money.
But I just want you to know, those movies, here's the deal, and I'm just playing a little devil's advocate. When they fail
So
in
hard.
a ridiculous, because they're so expensive,
And,
right?
and yes, and that's the thing. I think that like once they try to figure out like the overall like price tag of what either could make a good one or makes a profitable one, I think that's when we're going to see them churned out a lot more. Because you get a Borderlands, I'm going to lump Minecraft in here until proven otherwise, but like there's been a lot of more Borderlands and Assassin's Creed adaptations that have failed miserably, and then we never see them again because we don't actually realize that they actually happened. But once we have like a Last of Us Season 2,
Warcraft.
Warcraft,
That
all
movie,
those
no, I'm
things.
talking about Warcraft.
But
fucking
that bombed, and
flopped.
we
Yeah.
wouldn't get to see it. But if it was successful, we'd have had 5 of them by now.
I mean, my thing is, and we talked about like, putting the TV shows on streamers and going back to the theaters. I think what occurred was that in 2019, 2020, pandemic hit, everybody's at home. Streamers said, bet, we just gonna put all our money, Disney Plus, HBO, everybody. And for the MCU specifically, they're like, oh, this Disney Plus thing, and let's put all this bunch of stuff on the site. At this point, we're reached like a level of saturation where like nobody's subscribing. Like they're not out here gaining subscribers anymore. Right. So there's no real need to, all right, let's make this show for Disney Plus.
You're making things for equity and value adds to keep people there rather than to gain new people.
Well, but the entire business model is gain subscribers. That's the entire thing.
And
That's
once
why
you hit that
Netflix-
saturation point, it's going to be useless.
Yeah, that's why Netflix doesn't renew shows after 2 seasons because, this show's no longer gaining subscribers. There's no need for it.
Yeah.
Right. And at this point, there's no more subscribers to gain.
Do you think
So
that with superhero movies, it's more a case of like the market cannot support this many, where it might be like we go back to the days where people might only have the appetite for 2 MCU movies and 1 DC movie versus what we've gotten, which is like at its peak, the MCU was releasing 3 or 4 movies, and then there was Disney Plus shows and all this shit where I'm like, people might just want Batman movies, X-Men movies.
Possible, but these
and,
movies are also getting like.
Can we let DC? We got DC. That's a good question. Can we let DC answer? What you think?
Tap in.
I mean, I think just building off of this whole conversation too. I mean, I think next year is going to be a huge turning point because we have both DC and Marvel reaching these moments where it's like for DC, the new James Gunn, like it really depends on how everything goes under James Gunn. I think for DC, like Superman's coming out next summer, and if Superman flops, like it might be. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot to say about Superman as a character, whether he can work in 2025. But if that movie fails, Fantastic Four, you know, like with Marvel really turning that corner, like can Fantastic Four, can the X-Men save the MCU? Like, you know, with Deadpool and Wolverine, obviously they're leaning on all of the nostalgia. But if we're bringing in like a whole new cast for Fantastic Four, we're going with a whole new cast, whole new universe for DC, and those first movies fail, like I think then we're seriously at the end of it. We've been talking for years about, you know, the fall of the superhero movies, and they're still here. We're still, you know, they're still churning them out. Like, you know, we still got Captain America next year as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's a long.
I think
it's a long road to Fantastic Four.
Well, yeah, but I also think like people aren't also going to the theaters anymore, right? It's expensive. This and this.
We're coming back a little bit.
No, I mean, yeah, we've had like some booms, but like, so for example, like Wild Robot was in theaters. I know you saw it.
Yeah,
it was beautiful, and then it's out at home in like 6 weeks.
Right.
People are like, why am I going to the movies when the movie gonna come to the crib in a month?
But it's also the
6 weeks.
profitability of a movie that like costs $200 million.
But that's different.
Let's reset real quick because on the superhero situation, and this is what I'll say. Everything that we're talking about also has to do with the audience, the accessibility of the characters to the audience, right?
Okay.
You start off, you have all of these different Marvel, because let's take the MCU as the birth of the modern superhero movie. Let's forget about Spider-Man and even Blade and even Batman and all of that stuff, even The Dark Knight, because those movies didn't ask anything from the audience except for to watch the movie that they're watching.
Mm-hmm.
You can watch Spider-Man 2 and not have seen Spider-Man 1, right? You can watch Spider-Man 3 and not have seen it. Those are all pretty self-contained movies, right?
Right.
The Dark Knight, exactly the same, right? It helps to see the movies before, but those are self-contained movies. The MCU is actually the first experience to me in comic book filmmaking where they gave you movies that were essentially issues.
Yeah.
And so as much as we've talked about it here, they always try to catch you up in the movie. They do.
Even Venom starts with being like an Infinity War joke about Thanos, and I'm just like, most people in this movie, I'm like, that shit came out 6-7 years ago.
Yeah, it's like what? And I'm tired of the multiverse.
But it got to a point to where people were trepidatious about going into the movies because they didn't know if they had to watch everything else.
Yeah.
And if you have to ask yourself a question before you enter into a movie, it's always a little bit of a harder sell.
Right.
Well, people go, hey, because there's a choice of films that you have to watch, right? And people are going, do I see this or do I see this? And then they go, well, do I have to see everything else for this to make sense to me? And then our answer to that question is always yes and no.
Yeah.
You're gonna enjoy it more and then they go, okay, well, I won't watch it then.
Yeah.
And so what happens is the more comic booky you get, the more you lose the excitement of the casual viewer. Because when me and my friends were sitting around talking about these comic book runs and all of this stuff, to the people that were outside of the conversation, we were speaking a fucking different language. Even if they heard things that they understood, like Wolverine, like Magneto, like this, they hear, oh, Magneto's children, these are his kids. No, these are his kids. No, this is the thing. No more mutants. All the mutants are dead. And they're like, God damn, this much is going on. It feels inaccessible. I think they got to the point of that, and they thought that more they could fill in people's gaps with the shows, and the appetite just wasn't there. So the question is, if they bring it back and do it less, can they have and do a little bit less, shall I say? Can they have stories that are as big as Infinity War and Endgame without asking everybody to invest into all of these different movies and properties like this?
So, hot take, they can't do this because they're already on track? but this happens historically in comics with Crisis on Infinite Earths, Secret War, where it's like the mythos, the like long running story gets to be too much, and then they're like rebooting #1 to try to get people back.
That's Secret Wars though.
Yeah, is there a world where they're like, I don't know if the appetite for these movies can sustain until like 2 Avengers movies and then we starting over. Is there a world where like Kevin Feige would be like, hey man, fuck it, we're not releasing anything. We starting with X-Men. You don't got to see anything more. Like, there's no, because like at this
That's
point,
what they should have done.
That's what they will do, I think.
yeah. But here's the thing:
will it be too late?
To get there, would it be too late?
Nah,
I don't know.
I don't think. I think
the X-Men are so popular.
I think we'll be. I think in 25 years. God damn, I'm gonna be old. But I think in 25 years we'll be taking our kids to see X-Men. I think the X-Men are like Batman. I think they'll be always.
No, the X-Men movies are gonna do well.
Yeah.
It's more so I'm like. Even I think honestly, the reason Superman is probably going to do better than we're expecting is because it's like, oh, you only need to see one movie. Like people are going. I think people have an appetite for something new. Yeah. And with the MCU, I'm like, guys, we don't have to keep continuing this version of the story. Y'all can just start over. I wouldn't mind.
That's why Fantastic Four is such a big deal. We'll come back to Venom right after this, but I think that's why the Fantastic Four is such a big deal. Fantastic Four and Superman actually are operating with sort of the same. They're going to be answering the same questions. Fantastic Four are not as popular characters as Superman is. They're not, right?
Yeah.
However, but they're very familiar characters. Mm-hmm. Stretchy Guy, Invisible Lady, Rockman, Flame Dude. People know them.
Mm-hmm. That's their names, actually.
There you go.
Nailed it.
Can those characters be recreated and reimagined in a way that makes people intrigued by them? Can you do something with the Fantastic Four to make them spiffier and shinier than what we've seen the last couple of times they've done them? Can you do that in the hands with the right filmmakers, with the right budgets, with the right creative mandate? Same thing with Superman. We know Superman. Green Rock, bad. Krypton, dead. White man, fly. Roll credits, right? Yep. Can you do that in a way that inspires people again? Those two questions being answered, like, I mean, can Captain America be black is also a pretty fucking compelling question as well. Those questions being answered next year is going to give us a lot of information.
Yeah, but here's
on
the thing.
going on.
The reason I'm worried about something like a Captain America is I'm like, it's the burden of being the 4th movie. It's like when the original Captain America, he didn't have to contend with the fucking Eternal coming out of the fucking sea and all this other bullshit where I'm just like, I feel like a black Captain America works better if I'm like, oh no, he gets to start over new. Where it's just like, we don't have to keep like referencing a bunch of bullshit.
So I guess the question that you're asking is, do you believe in him?
Here's the thing.
Jesus.
He might not believe in me, but I believe in him.
He's never getting that apology tour.
Never.
All right. The year ago in experience. Charles, you have this in the document, so you tell us.
Oh no, Steve put this in the doc. I had a blast.
Oh no, this was a lead up to my clapping
story.
Oh, the clapping story.
Well, we already got to it though.
Y'all, here's the
we had
thing.
a great time in the theater though.
Guys,
we had so much fun.
I'm realizing I enjoy bad superhero movies more than I enjoy mediocre superhero movies.
Oh my God.
And you just want to be incited. That's your thing. You just need to be, you don't like the middle. And I think people don't understand that about you. You just need to, if like, you're like my brother. And my brother.
Lord of the Rings brother?
Yeah.
Yes.
My brother used to be like, hey man, I either need the girl to slash my tires.
Yep.
Or I need to be deep in love.
Yep.
He would be like, these regular chicks, just we have.
Okay, so you just can't be comfortable.
Carve away at your soul.
That's his thing.
You can't be comfortable.
You got to keep it on your toes.
I mean, that's his thing. He was
movies
like,
and love are a little different.
He was like, I need either to get my tires slashed or I need to be like, I can't do nothing but think of her. But he's like that little in the middle stuff where it was like, yeah, I could see. He don't like that.
Okay, I think my thing is like perfect example.
No.
I expected.
Did I ask y'all niggas to like agree with my brother?
I did.
That nigga got his own shit.
Clearly,
okay,
yes.
You know what I'm saying? Mm. Clap for man. You clap for Sean. Clap for this man.
I can't really endorse that.
Jesus Christ.
I love you, G. That's my guy. But anyway.
No, I was gonna say, I'm like, I expect more. All right. To use another metaphor, it's like school. I expect more from the Deadpool and Wolverine kid. I'm just like, you going places. Venom, I'm like, you ain't getting out of trenches.
That's insane.
That's how I know. Bro, I'm so glad because I used to hate teachers like that. Teachers, I'd be like, hey man, he just did that too. Man, where do you think that kid's going?
That's really how we talking about.
Shout out Mr. Campanella. I never forget it. Man, I don't care what he does. I care what you do. Oh, so it's just like, fuck this nigga. I've judged you when you say that. I judge you. I hated that.
It's a really misguided thing to like make him be like, you shouldn't care what he does.
No,
that's what they should say.
The coldest one ever, and I'm not gonna mention the teacher because he's still worse there. It's like, so I have a Bulls cap on, like a Bulls Scully.
Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, Chicago Bulls Scully. And you couldn't wear it indoors. Like at McKinley, you had to take your shit off. And so but the thing was to try to wear it indoors if you could. Right?
Yeah, just get away with it.
If you could get away with it. Yeah. So I'm in the class, I got my shit on the whole 9. You're supposed to take it off, right? I got my shit on the whole 9 or whatever. And Mr. comes in there for whatever reason. Did y'all ever have it where y'all principal would just like, damn, I said his name.
You definitely
like beat that. bleep his name. Did y'all ever have it where y'all principal would just like walk around and just like
roam? And a lot of times it would be in the classes where man, he's a bad kid. He making sure y'all like not acting up.
Yeah, so he just roaming around doing this thing. And I got my shit on and I'm talking to somebody and when I turn around, I see him. And I'm like, fuck. And I know I don't have it anymore. I know because he's gonna take it.
Right.
I know it's gone.
Yeah.
Right. And so I was like,
I hated that shit.
Give it to me. And I'm like, yo, I see other, like my boy Greg be wearing his shit all the time. He's like, Van, let me tell you what's gonna happen to you. This is so cool. I'll never forget this. Van, let me tell you what's gonna happen to you. One day, couple years, you're gonna wake up and Greg's gonna be dead.
What?
Whoa. I'm like, what? He's like, you're gonna get it. The news is gonna be on the news, or y'all gonna be somewhere, and y'all gonna be like, God damn, what happened to Greg? And he said, he's dead.
Is that it?
And I'm like, yeah, man, take the hat. I'm like, yeah, take the hat. He's like, all right. So I don't want to hear you mention the little people around here no more. Don't do that. All right? Give me the fucking hat. I'm gonna call you daddy, by the way.
Is Greg alive?
He is.
Hell yeah.
With a fucking family.
Yeah.
Doing great.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Greg.
He is. With a family. Went to jail for 5 years. But that's okay. He was that's okay. Very happy. He got a family, whole 9. Doing great. I saw him the last time I was in Baton Rouge.
Hell yeah.
Like the whole thing, owns his own like car wash business.
Oh, great.
Oh.
Like a mobile car wash business.
No,
He should go back to the principal and be like, you ain't believe me.
Like, exactly. I was happy to see him. I was like, yeah, but I was trying to do my little thing. I don't know how we got on that. But Midnight Meter.
Let's do the midnight meter, please.
Chuck?
All right, midnight meter, y'all know what it is. 1 to 12, 1 being the worst. 11 and 12 reserved for true game changers. Let's go. Counterclockwise.
Okay, I cannot. So I enjoyed the movie.
Right.
Like I have fun. I can't go higher than 6 though.
Okay.
I can't go higher than 6. Because it's like, I wanted to talk myself into 7 so bad.
No, you can't do it.
I wanted to talk myself into 7
You
so
can't
bad.
do that.
But I can't go higher than 6. I have fun
Sure.
at Venom the Last Dance.
This is
but
a
I can't.
loving 6.
Yeah, loving 6.
With all the love in my heart.
Yeah, I can't go higher than 6.
I gotta give it a 4. I didn't have as much fun as you guys did, clearly. Like I did enjoy the Eddie Venom relationship. But then when they was out there dancing, doing anything, I was like, it's not gonna be there for me. So I gotta give it a 4.
It's a 5 with me for like a smile on my face.
Mm-hmm.
Like it didn't work, but I was entertained, and I can really respect it.
This was a girl slashing your tires. This is 6. You know what I'm saying? We had fun.
Wow.
It was just like, was it worth it in the end? Probably not.
This is so
But the journey was fun.
Venom
I
3 is a
really don't
6.
Guys,
understand
DC.
this.
I'd say like I'm a 5. And
Hell
I think
yeah.
a lot of that, honestly, is just being out here, seeing it with you guys was fun. Like,
Aw.
you know, just
Aw.
if I
Corey.
had seen that in the New York theater alone, I'd probably be like, that's like a 2. I really had to go to that. But no, seeing it out there, like, I sat next to Miles Surrey, big Venom fan.
I like Miles.
Miles, my boy.
Miles
I
is
love
the guy.
him.
Miles is cool. Miles is cool.
Let me ask you guys a question. So it is October. In a couple of weeks, I have a feeling that the joy is going to come to an end.
Can you stop putting that in the fucking air, bro?
What was that? What?
What are you talking about?
All right. Yeah, I can tell y'all
Here's the
not-
thing.
y'all
I gotta
not-
stop looking at the polls.
Yeah. Y'all not locked
All right,
in.
we can't.
But
All right, let's not talk about that.
what are
Tough.
going forward? We're going into the fall, which is normally a great time for the Midnight Boys. What are we looking forward to in the fall? We got Midnight Mulligans coming up.
Oh,
We got Craven coming up.
Mayhaps a
Skeleton
draft in
Crew.
between there.
Skeleton Crew coming up.
we got a big Gladiator 2. We got a big draft.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all
Oh,
something
yeah.
about Gladiator 2, man. The streets is talking. There's a lot of
A
Gladiator
lot of
2
gas.
discourse going on.
They saying Denzel might get that Oscar.
They're saying Denzel in his Morgan Freeman era right now. All right. That is a wrap on Friday, turning into new episodes of House of R. Later today, House of R will have their Agatha deep dive for you. Interesting. Also next week, we'll have Button Mash, more Midnight Boys, Ringerverse Recommends, and Mint-Vember. This
Minvember!
will be a part of- Our producers are Steve, the architect Ahlman, Jomi, the explainer Adeniran. Excuse me, no, wrong. Jonathan, the void Kermah, Aleya O'Brien, Zenieris.
Any Africans mixed up. Is crazy.
Wait a minute. I got a perfect name for Jomi. For Jonathan.
Oh God.
No,
What?
the King in Black.
Oh, the King in Black.
Black is
King
crazy.
in Black.
King of Black. That's
Kerm
heat.
King in
No,
Black
that's
is
not bad.
crazy.
King in
Kerm,
Black
the
is
King
crazy.
in Black. There
I
you
can get
go.
with that one.
Jonathan, the King in Black. Kermah. That's
Love
the
it.
way it sticks.
Love it.
Aleya O'Brien, Zenieris. Thank you to DC for chiming in. Thank you to Kai for jumping over. Jomi the Explainer, Adeniran on socials. Oh my God. Hashtag the Legos lover. Oh my God.
You gotta chill out.
Oh, man.
You gotta chill out.
That one's going to stick.
The Nigerian
No, hold
nuzzler.
on, don't do that. Don't do
Wow.
that.
You know what I'm
DC, please
saying?
save me.
The African
DC,
Afro.
please save
You
me.
were there.
Sorry, bro.
You were there last night, you know?
Yeah.
I
The
wasn't.
continental cock.
I need you to stop.
The
Whoa.
cock-
Okay,
Oh,
all right.
right.
Yeah, that's all right.
Get the pew pews.
All right,
Let's go.
yeah,
Let's
Wait,
go.
wait, the dark continent.
The dark continent. Additional production from Arjuna Ramgopal. Where you going? Chuck, take us out.
Venom will return. Core Week was a dream. Shout out to Steve and all our Krispy Kremes. Also, can we be real? Like,
Wait,
I don't know if you could talk about this, but why is Denzel so loving with his white sons? But when it comes to his real sons, he don't.
It's a great
What?
question. That's a
It's
great question.
true.
It's a great question.
I don't know. I ain't never seen them in the same room.
Do you think Denzel saw how people doing LeBron and Bronny? He's like, dog, it's for your own good.
I really have no clue. Like, Denzel's progeny, his children are fucking cooking.
Talented.
What the lady's name is Paulette. What's his daughter's name? Somebody, she was in I'm a Virgo. Great in it.
Yeah. His
The
son just directed
the
whatchamacallit?
the August Wilson, the piano
Olivia
teacher,
Washington?
Piano lesson.
Olivia Washington.
Okay.
Paulette is the wife.
Okay.
The piano teacher movie, and then John David is legitimately a Hollywood star.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I will say this though. I can imagine it would have been tough being Denzel's kid
Oh,
because
yeah.
Denzel has a very matter of fact, no nonsense way of speaking and talking. That if he's talking to like his kids, I don't know nothing about these people's family or nothing like that. Love and light to all of them. Anyone that I've ever shared space with has been a cool person, but I can imagine that maybe you feel a little pressure being Denzel's kid.
I don't know,
Yes.
but he was talking about Paul Mescal, and he's just like, yeah, I'm like a proud father. I'm like, you an actual.
Jesus Christ.
Not like a father.
I love Denzel. He's the GOAT, bro.
Nah, these next 2 months are gonna be fun, man.